As my training began, I read the book very carefully, immersing myself in its ancient wisdom. With the guidance of the Stone Hashira, I gradually started to understand everything within its pages. My first mission soon followed, to survive alone near the waterfalls under Mount Stonecold. I had to train there by myself for 7 days, becoming familiar with the challenges of surviving in the woods alone. As I started my journey to Mount Stonecold, I was surrounded by the beauty of nature. Small, enchanting creatures appeared along the way, adding a touch of serenity to the rugged landscape. After some time, I came across a group of sheep. I knew I needed their wool and meat to survive, so I decided to hunt them. Though I felt a pang of sadness at the thought of taking their lives, I understood that survival required me to do what was necessary. Though it was my first hunt since beginning my training, I pressed on, continuing my path towards the mission. Each step brought me closer to the challenges that awaited near the waterfalls of Mount Stonecold. As I approached Mount Stonecold, the sight of the waterfall from afar was breathtaking. The cascading water sparkled in the sunlight, creating a mesmerizing scene against the rugged backdrop of the mountain. Snow blanketed the landscape, adding a serene, pristine beauty to the surroundings. It was a beautiful view, a moment of calm before the challenges ahead. As I ventured closer to the area, I came across some pigs roaming the snowy landscape. Seeing an opportunity, I hunted them down to gather meat for the night. On the way, I also managed to hunt a turkey, ensuring I had enough provisions for the upcoming days. Though it was a bit tough to reach the waterfalls, I managed to do it, relying on my current experience of climbing mountains. Each step was a test of my endurance, but the skills I had honed during my training helped me overcome the challenges and reach my destination. The night was shrouded in darkness, with no hint of moonlight to guide me. Monsters roamed the shadows, so I quickly set up a campfire to provide light and warmth. Using the few resources I had gathered on my journey, I fashioned a small shelter to keep myself safe and protected from the lurking dangers of the night. I was so hungry that I quickly set up my campfire and cooked the pork meat I had gathered. As the meat sizzled over the flames, the smoky flavors filled the air, making my dinner that night incredibly satisfying. Each bite was a reward for my efforts, the smoky richness adding a delicious touch to the meal. I had a relaxing sleep despite the small setup, feeling rejuvenated by the peaceful night. The morning greeted me with a refreshing start, and I began my workouts with renewed energy. Remembering the Stone Hashira's training method, I prepared for the day's challenge, climbing up the waterfall and then jumping down into it. The goal was to master controlling my body against the intense pressure of the cascading water by standing under its flow. Climbing up the waterfall was challenging but manageable this time. The snow scattered over the rocks made the ascent slippery and slow. When I finally reached the top, the view was both breathtaking and intimidating. Looking down made me feel a bit dizzy, but I reminded myself that facing this fear was essential. If I couldn't overcome this challenge, I wouldn't be able to become the demonslayer I aspired to be, one who could protect the weak and stand firm in the face of adversity. With the thought of not being able to find Goro and my neighbors if I turned back, I gathered my courage and took the leap of faith into the waterfalls. The leap was worth it. Facing my fear and overcoming the challenge helped me break the habit of being scared of such things. I managed to land safely in the water, feeling a sense of accomplishment and relief. The experience not only tested my resolve but also marked a significant step in my journey towards becoming the demon slayer I aimed to be. Standing under the pressure of the falling water proved to be incredibly tough and demanding. Each day brought new challenges, but with persistent training, I gradually improved. The effort paid off as I eventually mastered the technique, learning to control my body against the powerful flow. The progress was hard-earned, but it marked a significant achievement in my training.